U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth recently stated that China represents the primary external threat to the United States. He emphasized that the ambitions of Communist China are vast, and its vision of the world differs significantly from that of the United States. According to him, the outcome of this rivalry will determine who sets the global agenda in the 21st century. TASS.ru. China is actively strengthening its military capabilities, raising concerns within the Pentagon. The country is investing heavily in the development of advanced weapons, including hypersonic missiles, aircraft carriers, and air defense systems. Moreover, China is expanding its military presence in the South China Sea by constructing artificial islands and deploying military facilities, increasing tensions in the region. China's economic expansion is also seen as a threat to the U.S. The Belt and Road Initiative aims to create a global infrastructure network connecting Asia, Europe, and Africa, thereby strengthening Beijing's economic influence worldwide. The U.S. fears that such projects may lead to debt dependency for participating nations and undermine American economic interests. China is investing heavily in cutting-edge technologies, striving to become the world leader in artificial intelligence, 5G, and other advanced fields. American experts warn that China's technological dominance could weaken U.S. competitiveness and pose a national security risk. In response, the U.S. has imposed restrictions on technology exports to China and tightened controls over Chinese investments in American companies. Differences in political systems and values between the U.S. and China further fuel tensions. American officials criticize China for human rights violations, restrictions on freedoms, and suppression of democratic movements, particularly in Hong Kong and Xinjiang. In turn, China accuses the U.S. of interfering in its internal affairs and attempting to contain its development. In response to China's growing threat, the U.S. is implementing a range of containment measures. The Pentagon is bolstering its military presence in the Indo-Pacific region, strengthening alliances with Japan, South Korea, and Australia, and conducting joint military exercises with partners. Additionally, the U.S. is imposing economic sanctions on Chinese companies and restricting technological cooperation. China poses a multifaceted threat to the U.S., combining military, economic, technological, and ideological challenges. U.S. leadership recognizes the seriousness of this threat and is actively taking steps to counter it, aiming to maintain its global leadership position.